We can come into Sukhasana, come seated on top of your blanket. And when you come seated on your blankets, make sure that you're right in the center of your blanket so you're not leaned forward or you're not far to the edge of the back of your blankets, but rather right in the middle of the blankets. Look down at your knees. See that your kneecaps, the center of your knees, the eyes of your knees extend out in front of you towards the top edge of your mat. And then lean over one side to the other. Take the hand, upper hamstring, lower buttock, rotate out, draw back. Do this on both sides, rotate out and back. Bring your fingertips into your blankets right outside of your hips. So whether that be into your blocks or your yoga mat, but press and lift your side rib cage. So that action looks like this. And then the very tops of your shoulders come down away from your ears. Keep your elbows bent, kind of take the tips of your elbows out to the sides. Focus your gaze in front of you on the mat, the floor, even the tip of your nose. Bring your hands together at your heart center. And your next exhalation, close your eyes. Begin to center yourselves here using your breath. Remember, this is Ujjayi breath. It's an audible inhalation, audible exhalation. As you inhale the breath, you want to fill the lungs. Empty the lungs completely with your exhalation. I'll chant Om. You can join in or you're welcome to just listen. Om. Exhale your breath. Bow your head. Bring your hands to the very tops of your legs. Center your head, and as you exhale the breath, then slowly open the eyes and release the hands. Go ahead, guys, and come to the very top edge of your blankets. And if you're just on your mat, stay as you are. You can take your 2 blocks out in front of you, whatever level you're comfortable here. And I'm going to grip over the blocks and then push the blocks forward out in front of me. Really bring your outer knees, your outer feet, your outer hips, and your upper leg bones down. Once you get your arms out here as far as you can, bring your fingers together and then walk your hands out so your fingertips come to the top edge of your block. Press down into your block with your hands and rotate the inner eyes of your elbows up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, grip over the blocks and bring them back towards you to come seated. And then I'm going to uncross and recross. So bring the leg that was in front, bring that one closest to me, and always, 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 always adjust the buttock flesh. Again, you don't want to cross here, guys, but we want to see that our legs are crossed at the mid-shins. And then again, the blocks come out in front. You come up and over your upper leg bones, lift your chest, push your blocks out in front of you. Really stretch through the backs of your arms here, the backs of your upper arms. Bring your fingers together and then walk or stretch your hands out so your fingertips kind of come over the top edge of your block. Press down into the block, lift the chest, and then exhale, grip the blocks and bring them back towards you. I did. And then let's stretch our legs out in front of us. And once more, rotate the buttock flesh, lean over one side to the other, lower buttock flesh out, and then also draw back. Make sure that your feet are even. You can use your strap for Paschimottanasana or extend the arms out. Exhale the breath, reach forward, grab either the outer feet or the heels of your feet. Draw your hands into your center heel bones and exhale, fold. So again, no rounding, but rather spread. Take your elbows out to the sides, tops of your shoulders away from your earlobes. Spread your front rib cage. your back rib cage, spread your abdominal area, and then bring your chin towards the groove of your neck and your forehead towards your shin bones. And then inhale, stretch up or look up, and exhale, release. Perfect. Very good. I'm going to use the block, and this time, guys, you can bend your knees to get your block at the feet, but I want you to bring the block to the soles of the feet. So I'm going to come to the top edge of the blankets, bend the knees. The knees are together. Pretend that you've tied your legs, and I'll bring the block out in front. Then I'm going to extend into the heels of the feet, moving the heels towards the block. I'll reach up and out and grab the block, bring the hands low, push into the block, straighten my knees just as much as I can. And here, walk your fingertips towards each other. Bring your chin towards the groove of your neck and your forehead down. So in this one, we're going to keep the elbows straight as well as the kneecap straight. Walk the hands down, everyone, so that your pinky fingers are against the mat or against the floor. And then push into the block with the heels of your feet. Stretch your arms, make your arms longer. One way you can do this is to open up, spread the abdominal, spread the chest, and spread the back rib cage. Great. And then inhale, stretch up. Perfect. And exhale to release. Excelente. Go ahead and keep your legs extended out in front of you. And I'm going to do, my back is a little tight, so we'll probably end up doing some back stuff. So come to the front edge of your blankets, right at the edge with the lower buttock flesh. And I'm going to lean over to the left and bend the left knee and bring that left knee, so the left kneecap, out to the top edge of the mat. And this outer left leg is grounded. It's also not here, but it's tucked in. And then I'll lean over and bring the right foot right outside of the left leg. Now this outer shin bone, I don't want to do this, but I want to take my hands here and draw this outer right leg and ankle bone away from the left. Draw the outer right hip back from the knee to the hip and twist to the right. So when you bend the left knee, guys, make sure that the left kneecap is moving to the top edge of your mat. Your outer left leg is tucked in. So there's an extension from your outer left hip to your outer left knee. And as you twist, draw the outer right knee in. Make the inner foot, draw your inner right foot down, twist to the right so the right hand can go behind the back. Now draw the right sitting bone down into your mat or into your blanket. Pull your outer right knee and twist a little bit deeper. And then exhale, release. Gaze back to the center and then release. Perfect. Yes. Keep your blankets, guys. There's nothing wrong with sitting on top of your blankets. Also use the slanting of the front edge of your blanket. So now lean over to the left and we'll bend the right knee, and you have to come forward towards the top edge of your blankets, and that lifts your sits bones up towards your low back. When you lean over to the right, go ahead and place the foot, 5 left toes forward. Grab the outer left knee, draw in, lift the chest, twist to the left. Now here again, you want to draw from your outer left knee back into your outer left hip and bring your left sitting bone into your blanket. Twist, twist, twist. Great. And then exhale, you can twist back to the center. Perfect. And release. Perfect, perfect. Now we should have done this one first, but anyway, rotate the buttock flesh again, and let's bend our right knee, and I want you to grab behind your knee with your fingertips and bring your right foot up. So it needs to be about a fist distance from your blankets. You're still at the edge of your blankets. Take your 5 left toes straight up to the ceiling and bring your left thigh bone, femur bone down. Now press into your right foot. Take your left arm up, bring it right into your left ear. Twist to your right. Bend your left elbow, kind of lean in towards your right knee and hook the back of your left arm outside of your right leg. Now, draw your outer right knee into your back of your left arm, twist to the right. Also, keep your left leg active. So don't lose focus on the left leg. Extend out through the inner left foot, draw the outer left hip back. Now, draw your outer right knee back towards your outer right hip, twist a little bit deeper, gaze to the center, but keep your twist, and then exhale to release. So go to the opposite side. We'll bend the left knee. We'll bring the left foot up. And before you even twist, guys, lift the chest and move your torso close to your left leg. Hold your left knee with your left hand. Take your right arm up right next to your ear. Twist, move your navel to the left, then bend in and hook the back of the right arm. Once you get that hook, lift the chest. Draw the outer left leg and knee into the back of the right arm and twist to the left. Now here, really make sure that your right toes are centered. They're moving to the ceiling. Your right heel is grounded good and your right leg is engaged. Now, draw your outer left leg into the back of your arm. Draw your outer left hip back. Perfect. And then exhale, release. You can gaze to the center. Very good, guys. And then go ahead and just extend both of your legs out in front of you. And if you need a strap, hi, Megan. If you need a strap, go ahead and have a very small loop in the strap. This is a twist, but with the leg straight. So let me show you how. Don't go with me, but watch. So I'll move the flesh. I'll lift up, I'll take the left thumb down, extend the left arm, grab the outer right foot. I want to keep the feet nice and even, and I'll twist to the right. So here, lift the chest up, twist to the right. Keep the feet and the legs very even. So when you do this, you don't want to do this. Do you see? So you want to really be into the connection of your legs when you come up, and you can use a loop. So if you're not able to grab the foot, it would do this. You'd go here, you'd grab, and you twist. You see, the right arm and hand can go behind you. So bring the legs out in front of you, bring the inner ankle bones together, the base of the big toes, and activate the feet. Bring the leg bones down. You're in an internal rotation. Lift the chest, lean forward, extend the left arm with the thumb. Left thumb faces the floor, grab the outer right foot. Now make sure your feet are together, stay leaning forward, leg bones down, lift your chest and twist to the right. Good. You can even take your right hand to your sacrum, draw your sacrum down and in, lift your chest, twist. And then exhale, twist back to the center and release. So your sacrum is here. So as you're twisting, guys, watch. You can even take your sacrum, your hand, heel of your hand, to press your sacrum in and down, and then lift and twist. Do you see? So use the hand. It can come to the sacrum to draw the sacrum in and down as you lift the chest and twist. So lift the side rib cage, shift up and over, extend the right arm out, right thumb goes down, grab the outer left foot. Now before you twist, really engage the legs and bring the feet strongly together. Hand, heel of the hand to the sacrum. It goes down, lift your chest, twist. Twist. See how much you can lift the chest and turn to the left. Great, guys. Great. And then exhale, you can gaze back to the center. Very, very good. Let's go ahead and let's come over onto our mat, and I'm going to move my strap as well as my blankets, and then just take like a child's pose, right? So here to here. And then before you let your elbows bend and rest, bring your bottom into your heels, big toes together, knees are about hip distance apart, and really walk your arms out, and then bring your chin to the groove of the neck and your forehead to your mat. Once we get that length, you'll be able to then bend your elbows and let your elbows rest. But first, take the sacrum, which we just pressed our heel of our hand into the sacrum with that last twist. So again, the sacrum draws down towards your blankets or towards your mat. And then your side ribs move out towards your armpits. Good. Backs of your arms really stretch out towards your fingers. Good. Now don't arch your back here. So your lower back, you want to spread. Again, spread the lower back. Spread the back of your waist, posterior pelvis. Great. Great, great, great. And then as you exhale the breath, you can let the elbows bend and rest against the mat. And then as you exhale the breath, go ahead and you can lift the elbows up, lift the head up, just kind of moving your gaze out in front between your hands. Come up to your knees and we'll take a dog pose and then we'll go back to child's pose. So separate the feet. Bring your toes down, lift your knees up, and I'm going to start with bent knees until I can get the length along the side rib cage all the way down the back of the arm. Once I get that, I'll extend the calves down to the heels to straighten the knees. So if you can't ever straighten your knees because your spine becomes a little bit rounded or your abdominals become hollow, then keep your knees bent. Push with the heels of your hands. Good, 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 good. Now see if you can bring the lower legs down towards your yoga mat. And now see if you can bring your hamstring muscles and your sitting bones up and over into your low back and then concave the space between your shoulder blades. Great. And then exhale, come back down into Adho Mukha Virasana, or child's pose. Again, always start with getting that length, walking the arms out, pressing back into the heels of the feet, tuck the chin, forehead down, and then elbows can rest. And then guys, go ahead and bring yourselves up and you can just come to seated. And I think we'll do one more dog pose, but with our blanket. So I'm gonna come standing. I'm gonna use one blanket in a small roll between the upper leg bones and the hip point. So that will look like this. And then I'll take this blanket and bring it between the hip points and the femur bones with the feet hip distance apart. And my first step is just going to be to fold. Now listen guys, your goal here is to really create space here. So the muscles around the sacrum move out and away. The outer legs move from the outer to the inner and the inner knees move back. And to start, we'll grab the ankles and take Uttanasana. So once you get here, in order to hold your blanket, you do have to spread the space between your hip points. Come up and over your blanket. Let your side ribs relax. Let the very top of your head relax. Good, good. And then shift into all four corners of your feet. So move your weight some into your base of your toes. And then from here, go ahead and walk the arms out without moving the legs, without moving the feet, or without moving the hips. Now stop, guys, and press the leg bones back. Spread all four corners of the backs of your knees, but move your kneecaps up. That's it. And then back, and then make the backs of your lower legs very long. So descend. Good. Good. Walk out a little bit deeper, coming into dog pose. As you come into dog pose, slowly bring your palms to the mat and then push your weight into your outer hips. Great. And into your outer knees and your outer feet. Perfect. And then you guys can go ahead and walk your hands back towards your feet. Stay in a forward fold just for a moment. And then we'll bring our hands to our hips. Inhale the breath as you come up. So your knees are straight as you do that. Perfecto. Very good. And then guys, just go ahead and throw your blankets away. Ugh. And what I'm going to do is the arm to wall stretch, but with the long arm. Oh, like what? So the right arm, and I'm going to look, y'all watch, because I'm away from the wall. I'm not like this. So I'm away from the wall some with the hips. And I'm going to take the right arm behind me with the palm of the hand on the wall, fingers really spread here. And then from here, I'm just going to work to turn the side right rib cage forward, just like that. At some point here, we'll step the same leg. So I've got the right arm, left arm behind, left leg forward, but you guys are going to start on your right side. And then we'll switch, okay? So right hip is to the wall and your legs and your feet are together to start. Extend the right arm behind you, your hips away from the wall, so is your ribs, your entire body is away from the wall. The only thing that is against the wall is the palm of your hand, your right hand. So bring this arm down so it's about shoulder level. Stand with your feet together, bring your bottom in and down, and now press your right hand into the wall and turn your right side rib cage forward. Tuck your shoulder blade into your back very strongly, especially at the tip edge of your shoulder blade, and then step your right foot forward. Now here, go back to turning the right side rib cage forward, forward, forward. See if you can wiggle that right foot out a little bit deeper. Make your right foot light, so kind of come onto the base of your right toes, lifting your right heel. And then descend your right heel very strongly. Press it down into the floor. Great. And then exhale, release. Perfect. Perfect. Go to your other side. So now it's your left side. And again, you're not against the wall, but you're away from the wall. And I did have this arm up a little bit at an angle. So maybe the hand a little bit higher than the shoulder, if that's doable for you. If it's not, bring that left arm leveled with your shoulder. And then feet together very strongly, press down, especially into the heels of your feet. So very strongly bringing your center heels down. And again, there is the only thing that is touching the wall is the left hand, heel of the hand. Maybe even go ahead and lift your left fingertips away from the wall and see if you can feel a difference there in the pressing of the heel of your hand. Now, left side rib away from the wall, rotate it forward. And then step your left foot so that your left leg comes in front. And then see if you can really walk that foot out. It makes a difference, yeah? So really get the heel up and wiggle the left foot forward. And you'll also feel a big difference if you can really make that left heel heavy, heavy, heavy. Don't lean into the wall, but the heel really drops. Now, left side rib turns away from the wall and the chest comes forward. Now, I think we've stepped our left leg forward. Go ahead and come onto your left base of your left toes, just lifting your left heel up. And then wiggle your left leg further out in front. And then bring your left heel. Don't move your foot. Just elongate your left calf and bring your left heel down. Now, again, go to turning that left side rib away from the wall, guys. Opposite of the wall. Great. And then exhale to release. Perfect. Very, very good. So just one more shoulder wall thing, I think one more. And we hadn't done this one in a while, but it's going to take your forearms and your hands are in a prayer position like this. And we'll step back. And what I want to do is bend the elbows and bring the forearms and the tip or the elbows to the wall. And then I want to step back and press into the wall to try to stretch the arms. I need to come closer. Press your elbows, press your forearms, press your outer hands, move your hips back. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let's try that. So prayer position with your hands, forearms, wrists, and elbows to the wall, and then step back. So you fold in half. Yeah, that's it. Now keep the ears in line with the upper arms, guys, and move your legs back. Press your hips back. That's it. Yeah, legs can be together. Press the hips back. That's nice, Joan. Great. Move the hips away from your ribs. Move your hips away from your ribs and see if your shoulder blades will come in. Great. And then very slowly, guys, exhale to release. Perfect. I know. Okay, very good, guys. I'm going to take my strap, and we hadn't really done this in a long time, but just for fun, grab your straps, and I'm just going to do the shoulder thingy. So I'm going to bring my strap underneath my arms right to the, all the way up to the armpits like this, you see? And then I'll throw one edge over each shoulder. And then I'll take the strap from behind and I'll cross it. And then from here, I'm gonna draw down and then watch the side ribs and the armpit chest, draw down, and lift. You even go down and forward some. Now, in the studio, sometimes we, well, not us, but don't choke yourselves. In other words, this does not go around your neck. Okay? Yeah. So it comes over the top of your shoulders. It starts under your armpits, high up under your armpits, and throw it over a shoulder and then cross behind you. Draw down and forward. Down and forward. Great, 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 great. Perfect. And then we'll uncross the strap. And then we'll just grab the strap at the edges like this with each hand. And then again, draw down. Good. Now see if you can take your hands down the strap. Now your elbows are straight. Really draw down. And now see if you could take the arms behind. Lift the chest. So watch, instead of here, we want to really use the side, armpit, chest up, shoulders down, arms back. Great, 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 great. And then exhale to release. Perfect, guys. Excelente. And so we want to remember that we want to have that same kind of a chest lift in this pose. So what I'm going to do, and this is not my favorite pose, and I try to do it, but I don't do it very often. So I'm going to take my hands in a prayer position behind the back. Now, what I'm going to say is if you cannot do this prayer position, then I would like for you to hold your elbows with your hands. Now, that's not that simple because as you grip, I want you to draw down. Watch the tops of my shoulders. You go down and rotate your shoulders back. If you can get your hands in the prayer position, watch how I have to do it. To take the fingertips together, and I have to take the hands really far back away from the body, bend the knees, kind of lean forward, keep the fingers away from the back. Once I get the fingertips pointed up, I lift the hands up and then bring the palms together. So if you can get there with the hands in the prayer position behind your back, do so. If you can't, hold the opposite elbows, okay? And then come to the very top of your mat. Once you do that, you'll come with your feet together at the very top of your mat. So bend the knees, move the bottom in, bring the hands up. You want the outer hands right along the spine, and then take the tips of your elbows out so you can get the heels of your hands together. Bend your knees, step your left leg behind you. So your left toes are about a 45 angle, right toes forward. Lift your chest on an inhalation and look up. Exhale your breath. Draw your outer right hip back. It's an external rotation and fold. Now, as you're folding, I want you to move your spine away from the pinky sides of your hands. Draw your outer hip back, your outer right hip back, your outer left hip forward. Now let your head relax. Draw your feet towards one another. So pull the front foot back and the back foot forward. And then come up so you're parallel. And then come all the way up, bend the knees, step the left foot up. Good. See if you can keep your hands in this position. Open the chest, bend your knees, right leg behind. Now your toes about 45. Square your hips though. Square your hips, outer right hip forward. Inhale up, exhale fold. Now as you're folding, draw your outer left hip back. Really move your outer left hip back. Get about halfway, torso parallel, and then move the spine away from your fingers. Good. Now, as you exhale, come forward, relax the head, draw your feet towards each other. Pull the front foot back, back foot forward. So you're drawing your feet together. Good. Now, draw your outer left hip back. Move your spine away from your hands. Great, great, great. Come up slowly, starting about parallel, and then come all the way up. Perfecto. Step the legs together, release the arms. Very, very, very good, guys. Let's go ahead and let's come down onto our mat, and we'll come onto our blankets. But actually what I'm gonna do is fold my blanket in the enchilada fold or whatever, however we say we were gonna name this. Tootsie roll, enchilada, taco, tamale, gum, stick of gum, I don't know. They have all kinds of names. And then go ahead and I'm gonna bring this blanket in front of me and I'm gonna sit on the mat in front of the blanket. Surprise, just kidding. And then I'm gonna bring that outer right foot, outer right knee onto that blanket, and it can be more than one, even though I'll say the more height, the more intense. This can also be done with blocks. You could do blocks like this and bring your outer right leg onto your blocks, right? So as you bring your outer right ankle bone and your outer right foot and your outer right knee, go ahead and lift your bottom up and keep your foot and your knee where it is, but take your outer right leg and your bottom back and then adjust. Now take your left leg into pinwheel. So your left leg bends behind you and it's at that, again, that 90-degree angle. And then what happened was I ended up rolling over onto the outer right hip. So I want to hold the right foot. I want to lift the right hip up and again, take that hip back, come more even. Now my left leg is behind me. And what I want to do is take my left hand in an L shape and roll the top of that left leg down, almost rolling my bottom up. Yeah. And then come forward. Let your bottom roll up as you come forward. Now bring your outer right foot strongly down, bring your outer right knee down, draw your outer right hip back, take your left toes behind you and onto your mat, and then keep your torso moving over that right shin bone. Take your left knee, straighten your left knee, goes behind you onto your mat, and before you settle here, I want you to lift your left knee and roll your outer left hip down towards your mat. Let your right hip adjust as you're doing that. So as you're coming into this, watch. Now, as my left leg goes back, the tendency is going to be for me to stay with a lot of weight here, but watch. I want to lighten the weight here and let the left leg, you see, adjust the hip. Stay forward. Once you get here, you can bring the forearms down. You continue, you bring that right shin bone back. You can use the back of your right arms and you'll really drag your outer right hip back. We can even begin to hear, look to the right, twist to the right. So keep that outer right foot grounded, keep the outer right knee grounded. Don't lift the outer knee and lean. Put a lot of your weight, guys, to the left. So you find this evenness here at the back of your waist. Few more seconds. Few more seconds. Good, good, good. Rest the torso. And we don't often do that, but let your torso rest over that leg. Keep your knee grounded. Keep your foot grounded. Now, lighten the weight on your right sitting bone and draw your right hip back. Lighten the weight. That's great. That's wonderful. Now, if you can come down and hook the backs of your arms against your right shin bone, do that. And then press your right shin bone in towards you. Now, drag your hip back using that weight of your backs of your arms into your right shin bone. And then exhale, release. Perfect. Release very slowly. And then we can switch once you release, and you can switch kind of slowly. So here, I'm going to go left leg. And I get this leg here. And what I notice initially is that this entire outer knee and left hip want to move forward. It wants to go out in front of me. But watch, I want to keep the knee and the foot at this angle and the shin, but I want to draw that hip back. Do you see? So now the flesh is moving back instead of towards the knee. It's moving back. It's moving in this direction. You see? And that is the same when you get into the pose. It goes from the outer left foot to the outer left knee to the outer left hip, and then it rotates all the way around the back of the waist till it comes to the outer right hip. So when you come here in the pinwheel position, again, adjust that outer hip, and then it's this internal. So you can let the bottom come up and roll down towards the floor. And then when I come forward here, I need to work with the right side. So watch, the right back rib cage comes towards that left foot. And then from there, you start to slowly work with your right leg. Now, I'm here, so watch, I've gotten here. And what I want to do is lift up a little bit, lighten the weight on the left sitting bone, and draw that hip back. So again, outer foot, watch the rotation all the way across the back of the waist. And then when you come forward, see if you can hook your forearms or your elbows over your shin. But take your time to get there. Your back leg is an internal rotation. So when you're still in that pinwheel, you want to really lift the bottom and roll. Do you see here? And then keep rolling, keep coming forward. And for me, it's so hard to get this right side to rotate towards the left foot. When you get there, maybe you hold on to your yoga mat and you begin to take your right leg back. Now you have to take the weight off of your left sit bone. It has to lighten up, and then draw the outer foot to the outer hip, and then around the back of the waist. So around the back of the waist, and when you come forward, you've got to really work that back side, right side, towards the front foot. Good, guys. Wonderful. Very, very nice. Few more seconds. Draw the shin bone back and then extend out in front. Now you can twist to your left. You lift up just a little bit and then see if you can turn to twist to the left. Good, 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 good. Perfect. And then exhale to release. Great. Great, 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 great. Perfecto. And you'll all feel great. Joan wants to know. Yeah, they say, yeah, they felt great. Go ahead and let's stretch our legs out. And we have this blanket in front. Let's keep the blanket in front of us like it was. And then we'll do the double leg pigeon. which is left leg first. Draw the left hip back, right outer ankle bone over, and then you've got to draw the right hip back. Do you see, even if my knee doesn't come down, bring your ankle bone down and watch the outer hip and the outer knee. And this goes from the foot all the way across the waist, and then bring your outer hips down and your sitting bones down very evenly, and then come forward. Now, when we come forward, we've got to move the sitting bones up, move the spine in, and you can either walk the arms out or you can bend the elbows and hook, draw into your shin bones and extend forward. So we've got the left leg on the bottom. Now, if you can't do that, so for example, if you can't get both of your legs to come up onto the blanket, just cross the left one over and come forward one leg at a time. You see, so I didn't bring the right one up. I brought the left one up to the blanket and still fold it over. Good. Now, if you do have both up, make sure that you bring that outer right ankle bone down and spread it into that left leg. Now, you want to tuck your outer hips in and then move forward. So extend the spine towards the top of your head and then come up and we'll switch. Perfect. So again, and sometimes we've done this from Sukhasana. So if that helps you guys, do it that way. So this time my right leg's going to go down first. So again, here's Sukhasana. And I would bring that right leg over and then adjust. And I've got to adjust the hip. And then if you can go deeper, you bring the left over. And I sometimes hold like this and then place the foot. And then you have to draw that outer left hip back all the way across the back of the waist. And then maybe this is it, or maybe you can only get one leg to come up at a time. But move forward and think of tucking your outer legs in as you come forward. And to come forward, stretch your low back. So keep moving your spine in, your back ribs in and up. Perfect. And then you guys can exhale to release. Very good. Go ahead and stretch your legs out. And I do have my legs over the backs of my knees, over the blanket for a moment. And we can just sit with the legs extended out and over the blanket just for a moment, and then we'll come reclined. Okay, so let's move our prop, our blanket, over to the side, and I'm going to do the spinal twist first. So when we come down onto the yoga mat, hold your mat, bend your knees, place both of your feet on the mat, and this is how we recline, right? And once I get here, I'm going to bring my knees together, feet wide, and again, I'm just trying to get that length in the lower back. So I've got the spine against the yoga mat. Once I get that, legs up, arms out, twisting, knees to the left, twist to the right. Now, when I get here, I want to lift the left shoulder blade up, take it to the left, and then really twist to the right. So you can use that left hand to draw the knee down as you twist. Okay, so start with the knees bent and getting that length in the low back and getting your spine completely close to the mat. Once you get that, bring your feet up, take your knees to the left. Once your knees rest on your mat, you want to bend your elbows, lift your left shoulder blade, take it out to the left, twist to your right. Good. So again, guys, make sure that both of your shoulder blades are grounded against your mat. So is the backs of your arms. Now your side right rib cage is drawing down towards the mat, and your navel, your belly button, is twisting to the right. And then bring your knees up, and let's take our knees to the right and your gaze or your twist is to your left. So once you get your knees come down, your shoulder blades will be uneven. Take a moment, bring the backs of your arms down, lift your right shoulder blade, really move it to the right. Connect that back rib cage to the mat, twist to the left. And then bring it back here, bring the knees back to the center. And then again, you can place the feet on the mat. And the next one is a little more complicated, guys. Don't rush into it. So what I'm gonna do is and you may need a strap, or you may just not be able to, just kind of let your leg be out to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take the knees up and the feet up here, and I'm gonna grab in the right knee into the chest, and I'm gonna grab the outer right foot. Again, use a loop strap around the right foot, left hand. I'll extend the left leg out, and I'll extend the right leg and move it over to the left like this. So I don't want this to be this, but more when you grab here, start to take the right leg over to the left and extend the left leg. Your twist is to the right. Your twist is to the right. So keep as much of the right side of your body grounded as you can. Don't let your right buttock come up. So do it without a strap if you can, which will be bend both of your knees into your chest. Bend your right knee deeper into your chest and grab your outer right foot with your left hand. Now, extend your left leg, straighten your right, take your right leg to the left. Take your right leg to the left. Guys, draw the sole of your right foot down, roll your outer right hip down away from you. Look opposite, look opposite. So you can even use an L shape to draw the outer right hip down. And then bring this right leg back. Good. Bend both of your knees, feet to the mat. And then the opposite. So now knees come up. Left knee comes in deeper, and I grab the outer foot. Now, as I extend the right leg, I also extend the left. And then left leg now to the right, guys. Roll out or press out from your outer left ankle bone to your outer left heel. And then rotate. Your outer right hip goes down. Your outer left hip goes down, 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 down away from you so that the back of your waist is long, your buttock flesh is long. Great, great, great. Keep going. And try not to roll to your side. Try to stay centered and twist. You're twisting your spine opposite of your foot. So now your left leg's to the right. Twist your navel to the left. Twist your belly button to the left. Good. Great, 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 great. And then bring it back to the center. Perfect. And bend the knees and release. So both of your feet are against your mat. My knees are together, my feet are apart. And then guys, just maybe turn your camera direction and watch. It's very close to what we did, except we're gonna grab the left foot as well. So watch, bring both of my knees up. I'll grab the outer right foot with my left hand, and then I'll lift it a little bit and grab my left toe with my right hand. So I'm crossing the hands to the foot. So left hand outer right foot, right hand grabbing the left big toe. Now watch, I'll extend. And as I extend, the right leg goes straight and moves to the left. Left knee stays bent. It comes down onto the mat, twist. So right leg goes all the way over. Left knee is bent, not here, but here. And watch the chest. Rotate the right side rib down, twist to the right. Watch the outer hip. Draw the outer hip down. Down and over. So here, there's space. And then we'll release and come back to the center, okay? So when you take your knees up, your feet are off of your mat. Go ahead and bend your right knee in close and grab your outer right foot. Now take your left hand and grab your left big toe. Extend your right leg. Let your left knee stay bent, but come down to your mat. Tug on your left big toe. Take your right leg over to the left. Control this. Now, you want to rotate to the right. You want to move the back of your right arm to the mat, the back of your right rib cage to the mat. Let the left foot, if it can come all the way down onto the floor, let it do that. And then keep that left knee even. That's it. So you roll with this, but you twist, twist, twist. Great. And then come up and we'll switch. Okay, so is there another way to do this? I think there is. Well, I don't know, but you can, it's like you can also cross your legs. So left knee over the right, and I grab this outer left foot with my right hand, and then I've got this right big toe. So come here, here, and watch, twist to the left. So for me, it's hard to get that back left rib cage grounded, but when you come into this one now, that left leg goes to the right knee stays bent and it comes down to the mat. Extend your left leg out to the right. So you can bring that left foot all the way down onto your yoga mat. That's it. So your left foot, your left leg is going to the right. Your left foot can come to your mat. Your right knee is bent and you're twisting to your left. Good, 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 good. Perfect. And then let's bring it back here to the center, guys. Excelente. So stay right on the center of your mat in your reclined position. And I'm going to use my block and my strap for Setu Bandha. So I've got my strap for my middle thighs, just in a loop. And I'll bring it right onto the middle of my legs. And I don't tie where the knees come together, but I've got the feet apart, the knees apart. And really, this feels great. Just this, watch. You can really try to get this, instead of this, tuck. Bring your sacrum down and then kind of draw back. Do you see? So the mat literally moved the clothing down. It drew my pants down towards my feet. So again, watch. And this is where we want to be. And then you'll walk your heels in closer, lift your hips and bring your block at your sacrum. Now, bring it to whatever height is good for you. And then you ground your feet. And in this one, your knees can stay bent or you can straighten. So there is this your inner thighs kind of press out towards your strap, but your inner thighs and your inner knees also move down towards the mat. So it is an internal rotation of your lower back. So, I mean, of your hips, internal of your legs, internal rotation to spread your lower back. So make sure your 10 toes are forward and you've got all four corners of your feet pressing. And you can also press out into that strap with your inner thighs and then see if you could tuck your outer thighs away from the strap. If you straighten your knees, guys, make sure that your feet you're able to ground your feet against the mat. Few more seconds. Again, inner kneecaps rotate down. And sometimes even slightly rotating your big toes towards your midline helps. Few more moments here. Perfect, guys. And then go ahead, if your knees were straight, bend them slowly. Go ahead and bring them down onto your mat, remove your block and tuck your way down to reclined on your mat. Keep your straps on. And let's see if we can do this lift without the block. So I've still got the strap on. And what I'm gonna do is walk my feet in really close to my hands. So palms up, extend the arms, see if I can get the feet to come close to the hands, maybe even stepping my heels onto my fingers. Sometimes I even hold the heels like this and then watch, roll the arms, outer arms down, press up to lift, okay? So, but you have to ground your arms. You can hold your feet or you can step on your fingertips, but get your arms really long and the tops of your shoulders away from your ears. Press your weight back into your chest. And then you guys can exhale, release, and come down. Very good. Again, we'll do it again. You can you can grab your heels. You can even grab your outer mat with your hands and give a good grip and draw your mat down. And then lift your hips, roll onto your outer arms, lift your hips, move your shin bones back. Wonderful, guys. Great. And then come down with an exhalation. Perfecto. Now tight my legs. We still have our strap. Bring your feet up, knees together. Kind of make your straps a little bit more snug. Keep your lower back flat against your mat and lift your legs up. From here, stretch your arms up. And then see if you can just reach back and grab your calves. Could be right below your knees. It can even go as far as your ankle. Keep your bottom down. Now, press your legs into your hands as much as you can. And with your exhalation, keep your sacrum on your mat. Bend your elbows, pull your legs in, but you're really drawing your backs of your lower legs into your hands. Move your thigh bones away, pull your legs in. And then exhale, release. Let your legs come back. Take your arms out, bend your knees. Let's take our knees to the left. You twist to the right. Now here again, you can lift up, move the left shoulder blade to the left, but really twist to the right. And then see if you can bring the knees and the legs up together. They're tied. So bring the inner knees into touch and bring the legs up. And then again, go over in the opposite direction. Think about inner knees drawing into touch and they don't separate. You'll bend the elbows, right shoulder blade to the right. Look to your left. Good. And then bring yourselves back to your center. And then I'm going to just lift up and take my strap off of my legs. And then just bend your knees and you put your feet on the mat for a moment, maybe inner knees together, feet wide. Very good. And then we'll roll over, so you can bring your knees in, roll over to your right, and we'll prepare for our inversion. So your inversion can be legs up the wall. It can be, if you have more than 2 blankets, it can be shoulder stand, legs up the wall, or headstand. Can also be headstand. Or if you don't want to do any of those, you can put your legs in the chair seat on the sofa, or you can come standing. Maybe take your legs out wide for prasarita. And when you fold, your goal is again to see if you can get the top of your head onto your mat. And if not, your head can just float a little bit, or you can add blankets right underneath the top of your head. So choose your inversion. Yeah. Now, if you're in headstand, make sure that your fingers, when you interlace your fingers, your fingertips face you, you see them. Your weight really does move evenly between the wrist and the elbows in headstand. Good, 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 good. Nice, guys. Very nice. Oh. I have had some pants that slip off. I hate that. Everyone looks wonderful. You out there that are headstanding, again, relax your legs, but move your weight into your forearms, your wrists, and your elbows evenly. Good, guys. And then with an exhalation, you guys that are in Shirsasana can slowly come down. And once you come down, you can come standing on your feet. And again, keep your legs very engaged, but rotate outer thigh to the inner thigh. And let the head and the arms and the neck relax. So you're just in a forward fold with heavy upper arms. Good, 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 good. Heavy upper arm bones, heavy hands. So the backs of your hands are heavy. Perfecto. Megan's dog's like, what the hell? What are we doing? We're playing. And then you guys can exhale, release, and just come up rather slowly. Maybe even keeping your gaze down as you bring yourself up, or keep your gaze down, bend your knees, and then come seated. And I'm going to sit right in front of my blanket, on my mat with my legs crossed at my mid shins, whichever leg you want in closest. Sit on blankets if you want, but I'm going to bring one block or one blanket in front of me, one block or one blanket, Sukhasana with the outer legs tucked in. And then I'm going to come forward and rest my forehead on the blanket or on the block and just let the arms bend and rest on the mat. Now, if that's not enough height, you can double this. You can add more than one blanket or more than one block. But the key part, I think, in this is to get the legs so that they're actually crossed at the mid shins. Then once you get it, rest the shoulders, rest the upper arms, let the elbows bend. You can close your eyes, make sure your forehead is grounded. Your chin slightly moves down towards the groove of your neck. And I want us to definitely, for sure, have contact the forehead to the prop. Good. Again, the eyes can close and the top half of your body completely relax. And then go ahead, and your elbows can stay bent, but bring your fingertips up. You can even keep your gaze towards your mat or your blanket or your prop out in front. Come up and then very slowly switch the cross of Sukhasana. Always rotate the flesh. And as you come forward, you're starting to bring your chin to the groove of the neck and then let your head kind of lead the rest of the way. And then we're not necessarily trying to bring the spine in and all of that. We're trying to release the back. So let the forehead relax against your prop. Your eyes can close, and really shoulders and arms and hands and head should be very heavy, your torso. And see if with the face and the muscles in the face can really relax here. And then very slowly, you can push into the mat with the fingertips or the hands. Keep the gaze at the prop as you come up to seated. And I'm going to stretch my legs out in front and do that same type of thing, but in Paschimottanasana. So for me, the blanket or block can come right to the shins. If you have more trouble folding, then your prop will come up higher, more to your upper legs. But here, and you can go underneath and grab the heels of the feet, and then again, forehead down. And this is another one where we'll be relaxing the arms. For sure, see that you bring your forehead down. Now, sometimes if it's just not possible with props on your legs to get your forehead down, you can use a chair in front of you and still fold and bring your forehead to your chair seat. So that's also a possibility if you can't get your forehead down to your prop, but this feels great and you want to do this at, on your own time. Use a chair or use the sofa or use anything that is suitable for your flexibility. But relax your torso, relax your abdominals, relax your face. So with your forehead grounded, you can safely relax your abdominals. Nice, guys. And then very, very slowly come up, and you can kind of roll up one vertebra at a time. Very, very nice. And then we'll move our blanket out to the side for just a moment. And I'm going to do two more seated poses. One of them is Janu Shirsasana. So again, you can have your prop. So watch Janu. I'm going to bend the right knee out, come to the top of the right foot and the right shin. Left leg is extended out in front, and I'm going to go back to this blanket. So again, it can be however high that you need it, or again, go back. It can even be a chair, right? So here to here. So if you were going to use a chair, we kind of go over that left leg and you would put the forehead on the chair, or multiple blankets or blocks. Even maybe holding that blanket against that left leg or shin is doable. But I don't want there to be a lot of strain in your hands and in your arms and in the top half of your body. I want the work to be in your legs and your upper leg bones really coming down, but your torso extremely heavy. Your forehead against your prop, maybe your eyes closed. And then again, relax the belly, relax the abdominals. And then slowly come up. Now, when you come up, unlike when we lift up and extend out and then come up, kind of roll up, even keeping your gaze down, and then we'll switch. So straighten the right leg out, and then the left leg goes out to the side. And we'll do this in the we'll do this as another pose too. And then that blanket or whatever you're using on your right shin or right thigh, and come forward. And then when you get here, I mean, I can even just kind of let the hands and arms rest, or you can gently hold the right foot or the right shin or ankle. Have very even weight in your leg bones though, and your face, your throat, your face, the muscles in your face can relax, as well as your abdominals can really relax. And again, find that there is no tension in your hands and in your arms and in your shoulders, face, throat. The eyes can even close, and you'll take a deeper breath, or you could take deep breaths. And then go ahead and come up very slowly. And you can, again, you can keep your gaze down and roll up one vertebra at a time. Nice. The next one is called, Mahamudra. Mahamudra. You don't fold in this one, and this is all about the breath. It's all about pulling the breath from the perineum up through the navel and then up through the chin. That's what this one is about. It's a mudra, so it's depending on the position of our hands, and it's all, again, about the breath, not about folding forward or how open the hamstrings are, any of that. It's all about the breath. So watch the pose. It's called Mahamudra. It looks a lot like Janu, but watch before you go. When you grab the toe, you grab the big toe only. And if you're going to use a strap, it would be a very small strap, just a little small loop around your left big toe. And then I'll come forward and I'll grab this strap. Now in Mahamudra, we have straight elbows the entire time. Y'all watch me, guys. So here, as I grab the strap, I'm going to inhale and take the gaze up. I'm going to, as I exhale, I'm going to bring the chin to the groove of the neck. I'm going to keep the chin at the groove of the neck. Elbows are straight if you've noticed. And then watch, inhale up. Hold. Bring the shoulders down and the gaze forward. And we do that twice on each side. Believe it or not, Mr. Iyengar would prescribe this one for back pain. You breathe so deeply into your back. Do you see? So the action when you're breathing is a deep breath, a deep exhale, and a deep breath. I'll give you guys instructions, okay? So the right knee bends first, and it goes out to the side if you can get it there. If you can't do that, put the sole of your right foot inside of your inner left thigh. Come forward either with your loop around your left big toe or grab your left big toe, first two fingers of both of your hands. Straight elbows. Inhale through your nose, take your gaze up. Exhale through your nose, keep your spine lifted, but bring your chin, groove of your neck. Lift your spine and inhale, move your shoulders up and around your ears, up and around your ears. Squeeze the shoulders around the ears, hold the inhalation, and then exhale, shoulders down, gaze to the center. Great. Again, inhale, take the gaze up, inhale through the nose. Exhale, bring the chin to the groove of your neck. Keep your spine lifted. Now inhale, shoulders up around the ears, straight elbows. And then exhale, shoulders down, center the gaze. Perfect. Switch sides. Perfect. So now your left knee is the one that's bent out to the side. And if you can't get the top of your left foot on your mat like this, just do the side foot like that. Okay. And it's because remember, this is all about the breath. So either grab the right big toe, first two fingers of both of your hands, or grab your little loop around your right toe. Inhale, take your gaze up. Inhale all the way up, look up. Exhale, lift your side ribs, bring your chin down. Only your chin moves down. Good. Connect the chin to the groove of the neck, and then inhale from your perineum up through the crown of your head. Squeeze the shoulders around the ears. Hold the inhale. Exhale, shoulders down, gaze center. One more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, the chin comes down. Inhale, lift the shoulders around the ears, straight elbows. And exhale, bring the shoulders down, head to the center. Perfect. And release. Excelente. Release. You could stretch your legs out in front of you. And so for our last one, I think I'm not going to do Supta today, but I am going to do a little bit of Supta Baddha Konasana. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take two blankets, and one is just for the spine, and one is for the head. So I've got this one for the spine and this one for the back of my head. And I'm going to take my strap. It's already in a loop. And I'm going to sit in front of my blanket and bring the soles of my feet together. Then I'm going to open the soles of the feet. And then I'm going to take the loop, make it bigger, and put it over my head, over my shoulders, and then down around to the lower part of my back, so at the sacrum. And then I'll take it, lift the outer feet up and bring the strap underneath both of the outer feet, and then I'll tighten my loop. And I will say, if you don't have a strap that tightens, or you don't have a strap at all, you can do this without. But this strap really gives you, it sends the signal that the upper leg bones here move that way. So to come down, you grab your mat, you lift and scoop, and then you begin to recline. You bring your spine along your blanket, the back of your head on your second blanket, and your arms go out. Now, this doesn't have to be really, really tight, your strap. And if your hips are really tight, or this gives you a little bit of trouble, add blocks right outside of your knees or right outside of your hips could be your blocks. Let's take our arms out, palms up, open your chest. Take an exhalation of your breath here. And you can close your eyes if you hadn't done so. Now, I want you guys, as your eyes are closed and as you're here relaxing, I want you to just take a moment and notice your breath. Notice if your breath is at full length. Don't try to change the breath, and that's the difficult part. Most of the time when we say notice the breath, the next step is to change it. But for now, just notice. Don't make any attempts to change it. Just kind of notice the breath pattern, maybe how deep it is or how far reaching the breath is going, but just take a moment to notice. Yeah, Megan, your feet can come down. They can come onto the floor. Yeah, soles of your feet together. Yeah, there you go. And you guys, again, relax your face, relax your entire body, close your eyes, check your breath, notice your breath. After your next exhalation, with the lips closed, I want you guys to keep the abdominal area very still, but I want you to inhale your breath through your nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a very slow exhalation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the inhale at the top. Now exhale through the nose very softly. And this is the same count. Repeat. Do this a couple more rounds with your own count. If you want to increase the count, you're welcome to do that. But your inhalation and your exhalation should be even. When you're breathing, you want to relax the very tops of your shoulders so that they don't lift up around your ears as you inhale. Try to avoid inflating and deflating the abdominal very heavily here. See if you can gently draw the abdominal wall back and then keep it there as you take full inhale and full exhale. So think of your inhalation as coming into the lungs, so move through the chest, not through the belly. As you inhale, think of expanding the inhalation and reaching it deep into the intercostal muscles, those muscles between the ribs. So a few more seconds here with even, controlled breath. After your next controlled your next controlled exhalation, then return to normal breathing. Rest here for a moment, a second or so. And then when you're ready, you can bend the elbows, bring the elbows onto the mat, lift yourselves up. You can take your straps off. And if you'd like to, and then we'll come for Shavasana. So once you come seated and you've taken your yoga straps off of your waist, you're welcome to just go back down onto that blanket for Shavasana, or you can move that all to the side and just lie flat on your mat or take your legs up the wall, or however you normally take your Shavasana, you can do that as well. The palms of your hands rotate up towards the ceiling. The thumb sides of your hands rotate down towards your mat. And then as you exhale the breath, let go. Let every muscle and every bone and every organ in your body become very heavy. The back of your head should really spread against your blanket or against your mat. And then here, lastly, move your senses inward. Begin to deepen your breath, very slowly moving your awareness back into the room. Small movements in the fingers and in the toes. You can bend the elbows when you're ready and bring your hands to your belly or your heart. Stretch the arms over the head for a full body stretch. Bring the abdominal wall towards the mat as you extend the arms over the head. And then exhale the breath, release the arms. Just let them rest to the side body. You can bend your knees one at a time and bring your feet onto the mat, the floor, or the wall. Bring your knees into your chest one at a time. Keep your lower back against your mat as you do this. And any movement side to side, front to back. And then as you exhale the breath here, you can roll over to the right and hold in a fetal position. And then go ahead and bring yourselves up here to a seated position, and your hands can go where you'd like. Heart center, third eye, or just resting at the top of your legs. One level is that of basic health and wellness. This is merely an entry step in the eventual journey of higher purpose. Yet yoga has no boundary for all in this basic level. Yoga brings this about through a very interconnected and our embodiment and maintains an individualized balance of physical body and the vital functions. Even this attainment of basic health can make a huge difference to people involved in their own activities, whether job, school, or profession. Thank you guys so very much for being here. Namaste.